Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you. I want to say thank you for joining us once again. You know that what we do here is looking at our surrounding, especially within our communities as Black people. And today we have traveled to Haiti, and we want to look at that country and trying to find out what is happening there because we know the crisis ongoing in Haiti is overwhelming. A lot of people is dying on daily basis. The government is not functioning. In fact, the level of poverty in Haiti is unimagination. That is unbelievable. And somehow it's our challenge because the people there, they are my brother, they are my sister. So if we can help them in any way, we have to do it. And I believe that when we look at our surrounding, talk about it, and bring solutions to some of the challenges, it will be helpful. So in my notes, I we have to talk about the crisis in Haiti. Let me try to tell you a short story of Haiti. Maybe you don't know. Haiti is a Caribbean country in North America. Yes, just few kilometers away to the United States of America, also few kilometers away to Canada. So Haiti is surrounded with a multi-rich country. And Haiti has a land border with Dominican Republic. And Cuba is just few kilometers away from Haiti too. So Haiti has at least 90% of the population are blacks. About 10% are white. And another 10% is uh, Spanish. So these people was our brothers who was taken away from us by force or perhaps willingly or however during the time of colonial and slavery time, even though all these things is still ongoing, but let's just use the word during the time of colonial and slavery time. And some of them landed in America, United States of America, and some other states like Canada and the rest of them. Majority of them was owned by the French. And the colonial masters also settled in Haiti then. But this black community and few white community and the Spanish, they agreed, especially the black community, to rebel against the masters, the colonial masters, the slave masters. And they did it and they succeeded, and they occupied that part of the world as their own territory. They controlled the government, they controlled everything. And they were running themselves, governing themselves. Then Haiti and Dominican Republic, they were one country. In fact, Haiti colonized the Dominican Republic for over 50 years. They colonized the Dominican Republic. The economy was good. This story happened in 1904. No, 1804. It happened in 1804. So these things was ongoing. The country was successful. The economy is booming. If you go back to 1804, check the economy of Haiti, you will understand that Haiti was one of the most prosperous country in the world then. But unfortunately, fast forward to early 2000 stroke 2024, Haiti experienced heavy earthquake in 2010 that took the life of over 500,000 people and rendered over half a million people homeless, you know. In addition to the political crisis, the president was recently killed. The prime minister was recently forced to resign, even when he was in overseas. So currently, there is a name popularly known in Haiti as Barbecue, who claimed to be the revolutionary squad. He called himself Revolutionary Squad 49 something with his allies, you know, bringing instability, destruction, killing upon your own people. And I have a question and perhaps a suggestion. I don't know what is wrong with my black people, the people I love so dear, the people we do everything possible to see ourselves, to upgrade our thinking and build civilizations in our cities, in our homes. But day by day, things keep getting worse. Like if you look at the life of Barbecue, I I am asking myself, what really do he want? What really do you want, Barbecue? At the first, you say that the prime minister must resign. Haiti has been without election since the president was killed. And the prime minister was forced to resign in overseas this year, 2024. And the terrible act you are carrying upon the people, you haven't stopped. What do you want? So this country, Haiti, is the country has over 9.9, 9 point something million population, highly situated in a very good environment, even though it's an island, but very the country is situated in a very right and good position to use tourism to grow her economy, just like the neighbor Dominican is doing. Dominican is occupied by the Spanish. Over 90% of the population are Spanish people. If you look at the economy, you see that they are far, 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 far away better than Haiti, even though that Haiti colonized them for over 50 years. And Haiti, are you trying to use the disaster that happened as an excuse? What really do you want, Barbecue and your allies? I hope you can answer me this question if you know the history better than I do. Because I want to understand, what really do this my brother want? We want a peaceful society. We want a progressive society. We want a society that business can thrive, that life of every human will be saved. But that we are not seeing currently in Haiti. Haiti is facing a very disaster and dangerous political crisis. They shot the president recently, forced the prime minister to resign overseas, and don't forget President Aristide. They chased him away. They chased him out of the country. You allow the colonial power, whom you claim that you have defeated, to come back and rubbish you and bring you down to zero. That is unfair. That is not smart. And when I look at all this, I see those political actors as selfish people. Because if I have the interest of my people in my heart, all I will do is to see you grow, to be strong like America, to be strong like Canada. For Canadians, they are humans like you and I. Water and blood run in their veins. They have two eyes, they have nose, mouth, two hands, and two legs like you and me. Let us build our society like others have done. Don't tell me that we are equal because we are human beings, but in character, in acting, you are not acting like one. I will disagree with you. Barbecue, what do you want? Can you tell us your demands? Maybe we can join hands with you to fight the government until we. In fact, Haiti has no government currently. There is no government now, right? Kenya is sending troops to Haiti, but the same Kenya cannot even pay for the flight of the troops, so they depend on America. Who is the headmaster of the destruction political crisis in Haiti? Can you tell me Kenya? I don't know what is wrong with black people. You cannot be independent, you cannot act independently. You always want these people to use you. You know? Anyway, let's see what your mission will be like. I just wish your troops good luck because we don't want to hear that anybody die again. We want reconciliation, reconstruction,